Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mike here from Nibiru News and someonesbones.com. I hope to talk to you tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for the live show. In the meantime, I have a short article to read. It'll take me 2 or 3 minutes, and then I will let you go. But first, a disclaimer. The views of cited sources and opinions and information provided by callers during the live broadcast do not necessarily reflect those of the channel operator, me. And I just want to put that out there. The title of the article I'd like to read today is Nibiru Wrecking the Earth, says Dr. Ethan Trowbridge. And I will read. Nibiru's perpendicular position relative to Earth's southern hemisphere has exacerbated global climate disruption, says former USGS climatologist and Nibiru whistleblower Dr. Ethan Trowbridge. He has forsaken terms such as global warming and cooling in favor of a phrase, climate disruption, that more accurately describes the undeniable chaos affecting 75% of the planet. Dr. Trowbridge, who received first-hand knowledge of Nibiru while attending joint NASA-USGS emergency preparedness meetings between 1986 and 1997, maintains that a cyclical brown dwarf star with several orbiting planets is drawing near to Earth, bringing with it unprecedented climatological disasters never before seen in recorded history. He cites this season's anomalous weather as evidence of Nibiru's imminent arrival. Large swaths of the northern hemisphere have been brutalized by unseasonably frigid winter. A marked increase in snowstorms and particularly lethal blizzards signify unparalleled change in our environment that conventional scientists have erroneously attributed to an over-reliance on fossil fuels and an abundance of hydrofluorocarbons released into the atmosphere. In the southern hemisphere, Australia has endured blistering heat and a seemingly endless drought that has caused some agricultural workers to commit suicide due to unsustainable incomes. Quoting Dr. Trowbridge, "Our planet has changed, is changing. Nibiru is no longer coming, it's here. The outermost orbital is making rotational flybys every 47 days, and with each pass it gets closer to Earth. They are trying to hide it, to conceal it. But the preponderance of evidence clearly proves Nibiru is wrecking our climate and shifting our poles. I have tried to get former colleagues to admit the truth, but they silence me and treat me like a leper. Just look at the recent windstorms that swept across parts of the country. It is happening now." Additionally, he said the unseasonable surprise tornado outbreak in Alabama that killed at least 23 people, with many more missing, is a direct byproduct of Nibiru's influence on the planet. Cyclonic winds from the Nibiru system are now impacting our environment, he said. Quoting him again. Because the circumference or diameter of the Nibiru system is much smaller than our own solar system, the planets in orbit of the brown dwarf star, they orbit it much more quickly. Earth rotates around Sol once every 365 days, whereas Nibiru orbits the brown dwarf star once every 46 or 47 days, and spins clockwise compared to the Earth's counterclockwise rotational axis. Each time Nibiru spins past Earth, its cosmic winds exert an ineffable amount of pressure on our climate. This will only worsen over the next few years, Dr. Trowbridge said. He says he believes the next 2 years will be perilous, as Nibiru further encroaches upon us, and that its cumulative effects will manifest sometime during the first quarter of 2021. Sections of the globe will be ripped asunder, he said, while other areas will be left unscathed. NASA and the USGS have spent decades trying to predict which geographical locations will be decimated and which will be spared, but nearly all computer simulations have produced divergent results. Quoting him again. Thousands upon thousands of models have been run through the world's most powerful computers, and forecasts are hardly ever in agreement. Naturally, someone living at 5 feet above sea level will be in greater danger than a person living at higher elevations. However, forecast incongruities have been unable to determine what parts of the planet might be stricken by thousands of micrometeorites, for example, or endure massive tornadoes or seismic instability, unlike anything we've seen to date, Dr. Trowbridge said. The discrepancies exist, he added, because the Nibiru system does not behave like a traditional heavy mass object. Rather than follow an established path through the cosmos, the system periodically, unpredictably, shifts location and speed whilst maneuvering toward our inner solar system. At least twice in 10 years, the system's planetoids reverse not only their rotational axis, but also the direction in which they revolve around the brown dwarf star. Quoting him again, 1 year Nibiru orbits its star every 47 days in one direction, and a few years later it orbits in the opposite direction. For this reason, we must literally toss out the laws of orbital mechanics, right out the window, and understand that we're dealing with an enigma. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Right now, there's only one season, Nibiru season, Dr. Trowbridge said. And that concludes the short article I wanted to read today. Again, I hope to talk to you tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Again, if you do appreciate the channel, please give us a thumbs up, a like, and a subscribe. Help share the information. And if you really appreciate the channel, please consider making a small PayPal donation to help us out. The link is on someonesbones.com, as is the companion text to everything published on YouTube. Hope to talk to you later. Mike out for now. Bye-bye.